All right. I'm Lewis with City of Palms Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and this is
Eddie with City of Palms Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
And today we're going to go over the head and arm choke from mount. Mind getting on your back here for me, Eddie?
Yes, sir.
So we're in this good mount position. My toes are touching, knees out wide. And since we're in the no-gi today, you guys can kind of see a little bit better than us in the pajamas, the gi. So for this good mount position, I'm gonna reiterate this several times over the video so you understand what a good mount position is. Because this is not what a good mount position is. It's like riding a bull at the PBR. It's not gonna work out so well for you. So a good mount position is going to be having their head turned so their spine is not straight. And I'm gonna be driving my shoulder into them, keeping it turned. And I'm gonna take my fingers and put it in his armpit. And usually what's gonna happen is they're gonna be framing across here, they're gonna be framing on the hips, and they're gonna be getting this route. And you are gonna have their head tilted like so, toes touching, knees out wide, off the center line, and you're gonna be basing out. To where when they bridge one way, you can post, they bridge this other way, you can post, and you're sitting here able to maintain this. And since you're in a good position, you can wait here for a couple seconds until you feel like you're ready to start working on your submission. And we're gonna be going over the head and arm choke, like I said. So what I'm gonna do, whenever I feel like I've wore Eddie out here enough, I'm gonna come down and I'm going to go to the bottom, the end of the elbow here with my elbow crease, and I'm gonna itsy bitsy spider his arm up. Keep going, 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 until it gets so high, I can drop my head down with my forehead, keeping it nice and tight. And I keep my forehead against his arm, not my neck. If it's against my neck, I'd be choking myself along with Eddie, and it's just who's stronger at that moment. So I like to come down and keep my forehead into his tricep here, making sure I'm still cupping his armpit here with my hand. And then I don't ever leave mount. I flatten out the right side of my hip and I start slowly applying pressure until I get the tap. And what I'm doing is I'm putting his shoulder into this side of his carotid artery, and my elbow crease is this side of his carotid artery. And as I'm here getting the choke, my leg, if you notice, I'm not leaving mount. I'm just turning my hips, staying connected to Eddie. That way, if he is super strong like he is, we're here and he goes to bridge the opposite direction, I can slide up into a technical mount position, which we can travel down that spider web another day. So, go over it from the beginning again. This is not a good mount position. We're gonna be here, fingers in the armpit, and be driving my shoulder into my partner, staying off the center line, knees out wide, toes touching. Usually they don't like this, they start bridging, they start framing. That's when I'll come down for this underhook and go for his elbow with my elbow crease, and I itsy bitsy spider his elbow and arm all the way up, collecting it with my head, using my forehead and the side of my face, all the way down to where his shoulder is now into his carotid artery and my elbow crease is in the other side. I'll straighten out my right leg and put my hip to the mat, and then I start curling my foot and leg on this side, and I slowly start applying pressure until I get the tap. Sometimes I'll connect my hands. If you're able to go here and you're high, you can start applying pressure that way. Oh, sorry.
You're okay.
So, that's from us today. To you, thank you, sir.
Sir.
More to come.